Now, a new Loose Women Just Between Us podcast episode landed today, and this one is with Katie and Denise, and they're tackling a family dilemma.
My child is in year 7, so is mine, and almost all of her friends are either already vaping or trying it for the first time. Recently, she was walking home with a friend who stopped at a shop and bought one, which is so shocking because they were in their school uniforms. Now, my daughter has said she doesn't want to do it, but I am so worried about helping her stay true to herself, and I don't know what to do. Should I ban her from hanging out with these friends that are vaping, or do I just have to accept that she might try it and make mistakes?
Ooh, dilemma. Ooh. What do you think? Should she ban her from seeing these friends?
Isn't banning just delicious when you're young, though, isn't it? It's like, oh, yeah, can't do that. That sounds really good. So, I mean, I with my girls, I've never banned anything, but I will have conversations, and I'm realistic that most things kids try. But I think also we've got to be mindful of saying, well, everyone will try it. It's not everyone wants to.
No.
You know, so I did watch that language because I was doing that for quite a while. Well, you know, you will go to university and you'll get really drunk for a whole year. Well, no, why do I keep saying that? They might not. But it's like just having... For me, it's just with everything with my kids, just having the conversation and without being too authoritarian with it, because then they're not going to have the conversation with me. They're going to have it with somebody else. But I do think we all con ourselves. I think we all think our kids are little darlings, and that's the way it should be, you know. But behind our backs, they're all up to stuff, aren't they? Don't you think?
But, yeah.
Were you up to stuff?
Yeah, I was always up to stuff.
What was your stuff?
Well, you know, boys that my dad didn't approve of, probably. But then the minute my dad didn't approve of a boy, I instantly wanted to marry him.
There you go.
Actually, he's the love of my life, and I'm going to run away and marry him tomorrow.
That's the banning.
No, it's funny. I think, you know, rather than go, you're banned or you're grounded or this, that and the other, I think, like you said, conversation is a good thing. I remember when Kira went through an age where after school, they'd, you know, a big group of them would go to the park or wherever they were going. And it wasn't even teenagers. It was like as soon as they started high school. So she was like 11 or 12. Oh. And I was like, no, you can't go. And she'd be like, but why? You know, all my friends are going. I said, OK, here's the scenario, Kira. I love your friends. And I did, you know. I love your friends. And if anything happens to them, I said I would be absolutely devastated. However, if anything happens to you, my life ends and it will be over because I love you that much. Yeah. And so you can bring your friends here or whatever, but I'm not letting you hang about a park because, like you said, you know. Yeah. And also kind of had this conversation with her that it's OK to say no. There's probably 5 or 6 of your friends that actually don't want to do it either, but they're feeling like they'll...
But there's peer pressure, isn't there?
Peer pressure.
I think there is. I mean, that's really powerful to kind of give them that heart thing, isn't it? And I think, you know, kids will do what they want to do when they want to do it, but giving them the kind of bad side of what could happen if you do get it, then they're aware. But obviously, sport has been my life, I actually think if young people can get into sport and activity, it's such a positive way forward.
Some
because,
kind of passion.
you know, this year, it really is, because there's so many things that sports give you. But, you know, we've had a whole year of women's sport in particular, you know, and I got to watch the Red Roses win the World Cup at Twickenham in one of the biggest ever women's rugby.
Yeah, can we give them a round of applause?
Like, honestly, they won the World Cup in front of 81,885 attendees, one of the biggest ever attendees of World Cup. And I just thought, these young girls, the role models that they are being for our younger generation, not just girls, boys as well, get into sport, have something positive in your life, you know, have dreams, ambitions. That's got to be one of the primary things that we give our kids, surely. Yeah.
And also you have teammates as well then, don't you? Everyone's
you have
got
so
the same
much
goal
from sport. And actually then, you know, it's like me, I was sporty and somebody behind the Girl Guide tent said, have a fag. So I had that, choked me guts up, never had it since, you know, because I tried it.
You're running.
I was into sport and I thought, I don't want to have that in me. But I got the chance to have it, didn't like it, but sport kind of pulled me the right way.
I kicked her out my gang after that.
Yeah. She can't be in our gang, Cole. Not anymore. So also on the podcast, Denise and Katie talked about this confession from a Loose Women viewer.
My partner and I hosted a birthday dinner for my best friend. I haven't read this before, actually, so I'm curious. She'd requested a pasta dish that my partner had made before.
and we gamely took to the kitchen to make her birthday wishes come true. On the home straight, about to serve, we drained the pasta. My partner tipped it into the colander that I was holding above the sink. Being a bigger portion than usual, it was quite heavy, and I somehow managed to let the colander tip, with all the spaghetti dropping into the soapy water for washing up I'd left in the sink. With everything else ready, I didn't know what to do, so we just redrained it, added the sauce, and hoped for the best.
Really hoping they weren't going to say that.
I would do that.
100%
I would do
I'd have
that.
done
Just
that.
rinse it off.
Rinse
What,
it
in
off with
soapy
hot
water?
water.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
not
off
gonna
with
kill
boiled
you.
water. It's going to get rid of the soap.
It's only got a bit of soapy water on
Soap
it.
is
Listen, I
antibacterial.
don't believe we haven't done it. I was making, trying to impress a boyfriend at the time when I was younger, and he made the dinner actually, which was lovely. He was a great chef. And I said, "Oh, I'll do the dessert." You know, I thought, what's easy because I'm rubbish. So I made apple crumble. I thought, apple crumble and custard. He loved it. Anyway, I'm taking it out the oven and I've missed the oven glove, burnt my hand, dropped the thing and it slid down the oven door. And I scraped it, put it back in the dish and just put custard on it. He didn't know.
I remember my mum, the first Christmas in my own house that I had the family for Christmas, and I was doing Christmas dinner, so I was really a bit stressed because I wanted it to be so lovely. And you parboil the roast potatoes, you know, Nadia. And my dad was always in the kitchen chatting to me, and I got distracted and I overboiled them. And as I was pouring them out, it was just literally like mashed potato. And my mum said she always remembers this little voice going, "Mum, Mum." Anyway, my mum came in and it was all in the sink, and she just went, she could see I was about to cry. She went, "Oh, that's fine. You got any flour?" I was like, "Yes." She put some flour in her hands and she was scooping up red hot, like wet mashed potato, going like this. "They'll be fine. No one's going to know. Stick the oven on, turn the oven on." And they were fine, Kelly. No one knew.
I once cooked our chicken with giblets and the packet still in, and it's like, what am I going to do?
that.
Throw the chicken away? No.
Well, yeah, that's a bit different.
Well, just
I remember
put-
the salad bars, though. Do you know salad bars when you go to those restaurants back in the day and you see all the salad all over the side and then next minute it's scooped up? And then I heard this whole thing where in the back kitchen sometimes they tip or they've, you know, by mistake tipped off with all the lettuce and everything, scooped it up and put it back in the salad bar. I'm like, "Ugh,
Listen,
that's disgusting."
I've worked in so many restaurants where everything you can imagine happens. So don't worry, it's good for your gut. You're building.
I still wouldn't complain though about my dinner.
Can I
So
just
they're gonna
say, I
spit
used
in
to
it.
pick chewing gum off the pavement and eat it, and I'm
What?
still here.
No.
It's true.
You see?
No.
With a grit.
No,
Grits in it.
that's
Can
wrong.
I just say,
Too
my
far.
mum banned bubblegum, see. Eileen got in touch. She said the
Disgusting.
dog licked all over my mum's birthday cake. We served it up anyway. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
Now,
you.
you can hear how Denise and Katie answer those questions on the new episode of Loose Women, Just Between Us, right now, along with all the other episodes so far. So you can listen on your usual podcast app, or you can watch it on YouTube, ITVX and the STV player.